My sister makes fun of me often because of how much I enjoy keeping score. Even when my oldest nephew, say Maj, was younger, we would be playing Uno, any kind of kids game, doesn't matter what the game is. I enjoy keeping score. And I'm not going to hold back. Even though you're a kid, I'm going to play to win. I just I don't see it any other way. Like, why would you do it any other way? So I've gotten a lot of flack for this, but I'm just finished a book, an audiobook called The 12-Week Year. Get more done in 12 weeks than most people do in 12 months. Okay, it's by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. Fantastic listen. In fact, I may buy the physical book just so I can go back and take notes. It was just so many gems, so many good tips, tricks, tidbits, hacks, if you will. Since we're here on Hospitality Hacks Pro, right? Um, it was really good. But one thing really, really, really stood out to me that I wrote down that I wanted to chat with y'all about, right? And it's this quote or saying in the book that says, measurement drives the execution process. Measurement drives the execution process. So let's break this down just a little bit. We're just going to take a few minutes today and break this down. I've kind of missed y'all. Welcome back to the Hospitality Hacks Pro Show. It's been a couple weeks. Thank you for tuning in. If you listened to the last episode, you know I got a lot of stuff going on, balls in the air, as they say. And so I pulled back just a little bit from the podcast, but I'm not going away. I'm not going away. So thank y'all for tapping in. Keep in mind also, all opinions, thoughts, and feelings are mine and mine alone and do not represent any other organization or entity. Welcome back, family, friends, and foe. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, again, I've gotten a lot of flack over the years because of how much I enjoy winning and how much I enjoy keeping score. But when I've read this quote, I just felt very validated. So this book is about shortening the time frame for your expectations. So a lot of times we start a new year off, we're still pretty early in the year. It's April. We might still have a lot of steam, a lot of juice, right? Um but maybe some people are waning a little bit. Quarter two hitting, maybe losing steam. I don't know, but it talks about this idea, the psychology behind planning for a year, for 12 months, and how it is somewhat flawed. And they make the case that if you take the amount of time and shorten it and execute on a high level and measure what you're doing as you go along so that you can adjust as you go along, that you will be much more successful and get a lot more done in a shorter period of time. And this idea that measurement drives the execution process is key to me because I feel that you have to, how do they say, inspect what you expect. Inspect what you expect. How do you know if you're getting better if you don't keep score? And that's the thing. And that's why I don't have mercy on the children. If I have mercy on the children and then you go out into the real world thinking you're the spades champion, the Uno champion, the Connect Four champion, and you get your little feelings hurt, it's my fault because I'm your auntie, I'm your friend, I'm your cousin, I'm your whoever. And I just let you go out there thinking you were the champion, taking it easy on you just because, just letting you win. No, not I. Not I. If you beat me, it's because you're better than me in that moment, right? Because I play to win. And why not? We should all play to win, right? And we should measure our actions. We cannot control another key point in this book. You can't control the result, right? And I think I felt this on a deep philosophical level. You cannot control the result. The only thing you can control is your actions. The only thing you can control is your actions. You can't make somebody buy. You can't make somebody say what you want them to say, act the way you want them to act. However, you can have power and control over your actions. And so focus on the activity. We're focusing on the activity. What am I doing each day to push my business just a little bit further? What am I doing to be as highly sharpened as possible as a professional in my space? What am I doing to get the slight edge, to just get just a little bit further along, jump just a little bit higher, reach just a little bit further, right? Like, what am I doing day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, right? Controlling those actions. I used to have a very, very deep dislike also for participation trophies. Don't judge me. I feel your judgment. I have less of a loathing for them now, and I will tell you why. So, I used to just feel, and let me know if you identify with this or not, but I used to feel that showing up and participating is not enough of a reason for recognition. And then I started training, small group of students to compete in culinary competitions, and I saw just how crushed, how crushed they were after putting in weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of hard work, long practices, brainstorm sessions, planning menus, doing all kind of stuff, and going up against other teams and then not receiving the recognition or the award or the placement that they felt they should have gotten. And I could see just how big of a crushing blow um it was for a couple of them. Now, for some people, it'll fire you up, right? You get fired up. Like, if I lose, I'm fired up. How can I get better, faster, stronger? How can I crush the competition, right? But for some people, it is like it it does something to them on a personal level, that they don't receive the validation that they think that they should. And so I am a little bit less against um participation trophies these days. There's still a twinge of annoyance, but I understand the idea of giving somebody a little bit of encouragement to help them out along the way. Maybe the medal or the trophy for just showing up will give them that push to, well, next time I want to move up a category. Well, at least I got something to show for my work, right? Some type of recognition. We all want recognition. Whether you admit it or not, we all want that recognition, that attaboy, that attagirl, you're doing a good job. And so less of a loathing. Less of a loathing. I guess you could say being a teacher has softened me some. Just a smidge, just a smidge. But if you get a chance to listen to this audio book or get your hands on this book, The 12-Week Year, super impactful, super good listen. Again, like I said, I probably will grab the physical copy. I feel like this is something that this was suggested to me through we'll call it an accountability group, accountability kind of coaching group that I'm in. We're reading this together, and good one. It's a good one. It feels like something that you should put your hands on probably at least twice a year, 2, maybe 3 times a year, just refresh, refocus. I can imagine that on the second read, second listen, there will be more things that'll stick, like, okay, let's try this strategy, let's execute on this level, let's try this, let's try that. But definitely that idea of shortening your time frame, your expectation for the amount of time it takes to get things done, and keeping score, measuring, right? That measurement to see, where am I today versus yesterday, or this week versus last week? How do I need to improve? How do I need to tweak? What tips, tricks, tidbits, hacks do I need to employ? Where do I need to get sharper? Where do I maybe need to delegate? Right. And it spoke to me. It spoke to me for sure. I am working on my delegation game. I have a plan for the next 5 years. Is It's going to be an interesting ride. But I would like to place. I am placing myself in a position so that at 45, um, I will be able to work when I want, right? And that's what I'm striving for. And so taking that 5-year goal and chunking it down, right? Chunking that down and chopping it up and saying, all right, year one, this is what we do. Year two, this is, and not just year one and year two, but again, that idea of condensing down that year even into 12-week chunks, right? 12-week chunks. That takes some reconditioning. That takes some kind of retraining of how we think about goals, right? And then when we're applying that SMART goal idea, that idea of making sure that something is not just a big, vague idea that is elusive, but something that is measurable, attainable, right? That it has time constraints on it, all that. And we won't go through that. It's another episode somewhere we talked about SMART goals, but it, that measurement piece, that's the piece that really, really stuck out to me. So if you get a chance, like I said, get a hold of this book, take a listen to this book. Love to hear your thoughts. I'm gonna give it another read. And that's my review. It's awesome book. And it really makes you think. Makes you think because I think it challenges the reader to stretch themselves. It challenges the reader to think outside the box a little bit because this constraint of time, right? The way we think about time, and that's a whole nother conversation, but the way we think about time is I think we I don't know why we stretch things out. I don't know why. I'm definitely one of those people who, if I have a deadline for something, oh, bang, 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 popping it out, let's get it done. We got a deadline to meet. But if it's something that the deadline's far away, maybe it's a month, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many months away, however many weeks away, other things feel more pressing because that deadline's not here yet, right? So I'll allow myself to focus on other things, and then whoop, here comes that deadline, right? But I had all this time, I had all these weeks, I had all these months, but I waited until my back was against the wall, and now I'm like, I needed that pressure to perform, right? But why? Like, why do we do that to ourselves? And if we move the goalpost, how will that change how we act, how we react? How will that change how we prepare? And that's the idea behind this book. So I encourage you, check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you have another book suggestion, let me know. I have 7 Audible credits that I need to use. So I also just downloaded. Let me take this moment to share with y'all what's in my library. I also just downloaded The Psychology of Money. I'm listening to that. We need to talk. Did we talk about unreasonable hospitality? Ooh, we need to talk about that book. We'll do that on another episode. What else do I have in here? The Creature from Jekyll Island. I have The Richest Man in Babylon. How to Win Friends and Influence People. A classic. Classic. If you've never by Dale Carnegie. If you've never read that, must. It's a must, especially for anybody in sales, anybody who's front facing, any type of customer service or guest service. Man, you got to read that. How to Win Friends and Influence People. What else I have in here? Also have $100 million Offers by Alex Hermosi. He's one of my newer favorite people on social. So that's all I have in here. I have 7 titles, and if you have never used Audible, it's pretty cool. You sign up, it's a recurring subscription, and you can listen to books, and you get like 1 credit a month. So I want to use these credits up. So if you have a book recommendation for me, I also have a list of books. But since we're on this topic, let's, I'm gonna just take 2 more minutes, y'all. So anytime, let me find my notes. Anytime I hear somebody recommend a book, um, I have a little note in my phone, and I will jot it down the title. And so let's see what I have in here. These might be some of the 7 titles I need to listen to, huh? Emotional Intelligence 2.0, Rocket Fuel, Who Moved My Cheese. I feel like I've no, maybe I haven't read that. Do I have that? I feel like I have that. Um, no. Hold on. Let me move this out the way. Oh, this is a good time since we're talking about books. If you haven't got Above Average Service yet, go ahead and grab a copy. That's my book. 10 Keys to Unlock Repeat Guests and Increase Sales for Your Restaurants. Why not? We need sales. I'll put the link in the description if you don't have it yet. Yo, this one's so good. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Also have it physical copy. Those who are on the audio experience, I'm kind of looking through my bookshelf that's right behind me. Um, highlights. We got highlights in here. We got listen, this is the one, y'all. We got tab markers. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. I have some books up here also. Do y'all like to read? I have some books up here also that I've like purchased and never bought. I mean, never read, sorry. Um, but I thought I guess I don't have Who Moved My Cheese. The other rest of the list, The Alchemist, I have read, I which is that's a deep one. That one makes you think for sure. Um, The 4 Hour Work Week, I've read that. The Blue Ocean Strategy, Leaders Eat Last. That title is powerful and true. 12-week year, I could cross that off. I've read that. 10x is better than 2x. I don't know who. Usually I write a note about who recommended the book, but I don't know where I got that one from. Priced in the Garden of Endless Breadsticks. Hmm. Atomic Habits, Killing Sacred Cows by Garrett Gunderson. What Everybody is Saying, The Psychology of Money. I need to start crossing some of these off. I'm making my way through some of these. U Squared, Atomic Habits. I've heard of that one. $1,000,000 Habits. The Greatest Salesman in the World. There's 2 parts apparently. Part 1 and 2. Business Secrets from the Bible. All right, and what else? Richest Man in Babylon. I can cross that off. UOU. Okay. 0 to 1. Is that supposed to be 100? No, maybe not. 0 to 1. How to Make Money in Stocks. Um, Nelson Mandela. I guess it's just a biography. I don't know. The Compound Effect and The One Thing. And The One Thing. That's my book. That's what's on my must read book list. I kind of keep that going randomly as I hear people say, "Oh, have you read such and such?" or "This is a good book," or "I heard this saying in this book." I always jot it down. So I encourage you to do the same. And if you haven't read a book yet this year, it's time. It's April, guys. Even if you need to listen to it. Now, the power of Audible is that when I'm on my way to work, I have about a 20-minute drive depending on the day. Turn it on. Instead of music, I'll listen to a book when I'm on my way home. Boom. It sometimes takes a little longer to get home depending on traffic. It might take me 30 minutes, right? So that's almost an hour a day right there. That's an easy way to slide in some reading through audio. Okay, so if you're listening to this podcast, I know that you don't mind listening. So check it out. And I'm sure that they have some competitors out there. I don't get I think they do have some kind of um y'all know the word I'm looking for, affiliate structure. But I'm not an affiliate. I'm just a customer giving a recommendation. Okay. So I don't get anything whether you go sign up or whether you don't. But all I'm saying, because you come here for tips, tricks, and tidbits, hacks, right? It's hospitality hacks. That's a hack. Read a book, listen to a book. And on that note, I'm out. Have a wonderful rest of the week. I love y'all. Miss y'all. See you soon.